Hope you guys are having a great day, great day. And so I do have the futures open here for today. Obviously, the market is closed tomorrow, as you guys know, and I just decided to do this random session. And if anybody's here right now, can you just let me know my voice is nice and clear, please? Thank you. And so far, we did gap up. We closed roughly around 42.10. This is the SPX USD, right? The cash, and the high we just hit was 42.34. So let's just look at the daily chart of S&P, and I'll go to the SPX, the one that closing price from Friday. A very nice pattern so far, right? If we look at it just on a daily basis, very nice pattern. We made our lows last year in near October, and then ever since we've made lower highs, right? Lower highs, and then try to make higher highs here and here, and now we're back towards this resistance. The many times we hit the wall, it likely breaks. Okay, so we're trying to break this resistance again for the first, second, third, and the fourth time. Now the only thing is maybe we retest here and we probably go right. But 4200, obviously, is a psychological level. The 4200 level will be a must hold. But one thing I really wanted to compare, right? S&P with the triple Q, right? Lately we've had some good. We've had a very good breakout in triple Q, right? This is the Nasdaq, right? And if you compare it with the S&P, you can see that in the last few weeks S&P has kind of stalled, but triple Q since April, we've actually started making new highs at the end of April, right? We actually broke out while S&P is still struggling to break out. Now the thing is, into debt ceiling and out, tech has been performing better, as we know, right? Tech has been performing better, as we know, and S&P, many other sectors, they might be a little weak right now. So tech is definitely the theme, especially the AI theme has picked up a lot of steam lately, and I feel personally, a lot of that is priced in. But can they continue going up? Tech can continue going up, obviously, right? We look at names like Google, for example. If let's say if the market bottom is in, for example, right? If the market bottom is in, Google has a long way to go, right? Can we stall for a few months? Of course we can. We just got above a very important resistance level right here, right? Which broke down last year in August. Now we probably retest around this level 119. And the funny thing is, every morning when I give you guys gamma updates, as we know, 117 has been a strong level, right? Initially it was a strong resistance, right? Initially it was a strong resistance, and now it's going to be a strong support, right? This is 117 is very popular on Google Gamma. So is 119 and 115, and before that we had 107. If you guys remember, the 107 gamma level a few weeks back. We were stalling. Once it's through, it's gone, right? So 117, same thing. Maybe we get the retest, and we'll see what happens from there. And then can Google continue going up, right? This is the weekly chart. Obviously, it's not the daily. And then let's say if Google was to continue going higher, this is obviously going to add a lot of strength into the indexes, right? And we also have Amazon. Weird chart, a lot of distribution here, fake out, and then we did have a nice little write down in Amazon. This name also, I'm actually happy is going up because I was able to grab some equity near 85, but I hope it comes down again if it does, because I do wish to add more, or I will continue adding regardless every month or two a small equity in this name. Amazon also, if you guys remember, one of our major levels for Gamma was 103 sometime back. A few days back, a couple of weeks back, right? 103, as you guys can see from here, 103 and 105. Once through, now we're going up a lot. And Amazon also has a very strong gamma level around, I think it was 117, if I'm not wrong, 117. So these are the names, Google, Amazon. If you think that the market tech's going to get stronger again, it's going to hold, look for the retest, and they could continue going higher. More, anything is possible in the markets. One name has proved this to us, Nvidia, for example. This name, just an absolute beast. I did not expect this move. Like, I will be honest with you, I did not expect this move from October, that from 100 is going to go to 389. But this just shows you what's possible in the markets, what can happen, right? Now, is this a bubble or is this going to hold? I have no idea. Am I going to buy Nvidia here? I'm not going to buy it here personally. Does it go to 500, 600? I don't know, right? Or does it come down to retest? right? But definitely, I don't chase things when they're up too much. But Nvidia is definitely one of the top contenders. When it also comes towards the AI space, right? Goldman Sachs has a big position in this name too. But the reason I'm showing you this name is anything is possible in the markets, right? Nvidia for more upside. This is the weekly. Personally, if I was to buy it just for purposes of playing the long on it, will be on a retest of this initial big resistance from 2021, and there's a very good chance this resistance or this support now 330 support is likely to be tested in the coming weeks or months. Even if it goes up higher, there's a very good chance they're going to retest this support, at least see if it holds, and then bounce it right back up. Or they're going to retest this support. Two things are going to happen on this name from what I feel. A retest of this support flag, whatever, or we continue going up, or they're going to retest this the support here, bear flag, and then breakdown, right? Anything is possible, but let's see how long this team holds their earnings. People liked a huge gap up, life-changing trades. I was not a part of it, right? I actually took some losses on Nvidia a few weeks back. Right, I'm very transparent with my losses when I do take them. It's fine, it's part of trading, right? A massive gap up, a huge gap that's left, right? So this name will definitely be on my radar for some upcoming trades that might be in the making later on. AMD also a top amazing name, right? This name also, we had a huge gamma level at the 100 level sometime back. That level kept coming, and then we had a lot of support at the $89 and then $80 right here. I actually wanted to go long Nvidia here, but I thought maybe we would get a fake out under 200 reversal, and then I would go long. So I did miss this trade. This was something I actually wanted to buy. And even AMD from $80 to 127. There's crazy things happen in the markets when they do happen. So what's not possible, right? And again, AMD just on a very clear breakout. Now, do you want to short these names? Just because they've gone up so much does not mean that you take shorts. I don't have a reason to short AMD right now or Nvidia, right? But when the reason comes, there will be some sort of headline, or we'll get some flows. Something will come that will signal from a fundamental point of view as well that, you know what, it's time to short and we can catch a good move on it. But am I going to short just because it's up so much? Hell no, because names can continue going when they're hyped, and they can continue to run more longer than you can imagine, right? Just like Nvidia, look where it's trading at. Okay. And Microsoft, also another good theme for AI, right? All these tech names of AI based, they're absolute monsters. This is one name I regret not adding near the bottom. I was looking for a little bit lower, but it's okay. Did make a killing on the option and put side not too long ago. And Microsoft also trading their all-time highs back to 332, right? Absolute monsters, crazy strong. And am I going to short this? No, right? Because tech has performed really well in the last few weeks, and can it continue just going up from here, right? Yes, it can. So not until we have some meaningful news or headline or something we get, or some technicals, there's no reason to short these names. All right, they can run longer than you can imagine, like I said before. Maybe if we get the 50 MA test, right? I do love the 50 MA and 200 MAs. As you can see, sometimes they just ride it. You see this 50 MA, right? They'll break it below just about 200 MA, then they ride it. So maybe on this, if everything holds well or the theme continues going, I will wait for it to come down towards 50 MA and then take a chance long, right? And if you look at the monthly charts, not something to be messed with. A perfect bounce off the 50 MA, a perfect bounce off the 50 MA on Microsoft. Is it approaching some strong resistance? You bet, right? So 340 hold on Microsoft will not be easy. So 340 on Microsoft will not be an easy hold. Again, we'll look at the options pricing. We'll look at some gamma. That will give us better ideas, right? But for now, just technically a 340, obviously resistance. We'll see what happens here, stalls, and then maybe it goes higher also. Or maybe it comes down, makes a double top for some time. I don't know. We'll see what the market says when the time comes, right? And then we have Apple, absolute beast, also trading near all-time highs, right? This is the monthly chart on Apple, trading near all-time highs. So remove my drawing here. And again, resistance above 170, a lot of rejections here. Let's see where Apple goes. I really want the monthly 50 MA touch on Apple. I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe we go higher from here, continue going up, right? But we are at resistance. This is not the time I would go long Apple personally, right? I don't have a reason to, so I probably would not go long on Apple here. Oh, my brush working, right? And I I would like this 50 MA test sometime in the coming months, and then maybe I'll try going long on this name. This is one name that I did buy equity in Apple at 140, but I'm not too excited about it because my size is whatever. I did want to grab more as it came lower, but even 140, buying it there was a good choice, right? So that way your bias could be the other way, but if you think something of value, I still added Apple, so now I'm up on that equity, which it does feel good to be higher on it. Let's just look at the rates now. Let's just compare the rates with the tech, right? A lot of people are, I think, might be confused given that the rates keep going up. Why isn't tech down? Tech does not have to come down if the rates keep going up, right? Sometimes the correlation is not there. Okay, maybe later on, but right now here you can see, rates have gone up since start of May, right? And then tech has also gone up, right? So we'll see how this folds in the coming weeks and months. But for now, just because rates are going up does not mean tech is going to come down right now. But eventually, do things catch up on fundamental macro views? Of course they do, right? Just gotta wait for the right time when it will going. But right now, the theme in tech is long, is strong. So wait until you get the proper confirmations, and there will be some confirmations. We'll get some crazy headlines from Fed or something, whatever it may be. But the word is patience, right? Another macro that I look at is DXY, right? The dollar index, right? Which measures the dollar against the other currencies, now pairs. And this has also been going up. Now the dollar usually going up is weaker for the stocks in the US. Why? Because it reduces revenue, as you guys know, right? And many other factors that you guys, which we talked about in the other session, but I won't go against it. The only reason I'm showing this is whether the rates or dollar, they can keep going up does not mean the market has to come down. Okay, there was a relation before, but right now it's just not there. Okay, so don't fall into that trap. And IWM, I wanted to look at. This name has been weak. Now, into debt ceiling, in and out. Tech is performing good, right? So tech right now, with all these debt ceiling talk, everything, stress events, tech is performing okay. What's weaker? Financials. All right, financials have been weak. They're not too strong, right? Financials tend to not perform so well when we have certain conditions, or the macro stuff that's going on right now. Financials usually don't perform as well. Okay, and right now XLF as a whole index is very weak. Let's just look at some individual bank stocks and the niche BSE. Yes, I will look at it. Goldman Sachs just near the 50 MA. That's the weekly chart, but let's look at the monthly. See, on a macro view, looking at fundamentals, I wouldn't even look at the charts. I would probably short banks and long tech. Okay, a little delayed in that trade, obviously, but I would short banks and long tech until that theme is there. Okay, financials tend to remain weak with what's going around us currently right now. And Goldman Sachs on the daily, if we look at it, we do have, let's see if we have a pattern. Well, not really a pattern, but just near this resistance of about 330. But maybe the 200 MA touch, if you get a 340, can be used as a strong resistance and short. And I would go long short, not anything nearby, because near term it can definitely bounce towards 340, even all the way towards 370, right? We don't know. BSE, Bank of America, at a very strong support zone, and I do see a gap right off the back near 25 bucks, and I think it's going to get filled. I think it gets filled, right? And we do have somewhat of a head and shoulder pattern here, and banks are pretty shit, man. They haven't done nothing. Wow, that's a garbage chart. Look at this, right? And but I would, again, BSE, the niche, I would probably be short. The only thing is there's a strong support here, right? But as soon as it breaks near the 2750 level or so, and then I would also look at the gamma stuff, and I would probably short this towards 24 bucks, man. 24.50, 25, right? You catch a $2 move, or you can wait until the retest of 30 plus. But here it will be tricky because whenever it gets to this zone, it doesn't move much, right? As you can see, it usually gets stuck around this range for long times, right? So you got to be very careful with the position that you take here. So I would wait for a breakout to the upside or downside before playing this, personally, right? In this zone, it just gets stuck, as you can see. So and this is a messed up chart, man. Oh wow. And JP Morgan, I think, is a little better. Yep, at least it's performing better than Bank of America. And look at this name again, huge. Oh wow, let's compare this technicals with something. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing here. just technically. I don't know if now forget the name, forget JPM. Let's just move the averages away also, right? And let's look at the weekly chart. Huge run, spike down, and then a huge big run up. Now what I'm trying to, where am I getting to here? Is the same thing possible with a name like Nvidia that's made a huge run, right? Is the same thing possible with this name? This is the weekly chart, right? And Nvidia is also weekly. Is the same thing possible here, right? Is the same thing possible here? You see, now here's where Nvidia probably would be right now if I remove all these drawings, and right here technically, right? And then Nvidia keeps going, and then can it crash right back down? So is the same thing possible on Nvidia to come back towards 200s? Absolutely, right? But again, just wait for those times whenever it happens. Be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. It may take some time. All right, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. Okay, maybe this thing continues going like Tesla. You guys remember Tesla from back in the days, right? And Nvidia, a lot of the run that's happened is part of gamma squeeze as well, right? You guys remember Tesla when it absolutely went bonkers, right? Remember this time when it just kept going up? And Tesla had a huge gamma squeeze to it, right? A lot of options and everything all going up further, and it just kept squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, right? A lot of us nailed this move as well. But is the same thing possible on Nvidia? Yes. Can Nvidia also make a flaggy pattern near the top level for the next 2 months or so like this, and then break out again? Yes, it can. But eventually, the price will settle, I think, and it will give you a good entry either this year or maybe next year. I don't know, right? But just gotta be patient for it and just wait until it happens. I mean, if you guys know, Nvidia is trading at let's just look at Nvidia's PE ratio. This thing is trading at 200 something, I believe. 200 right? Price to earnings. So just wait. I think the time will come, and we can catch some good points on this name. And also, guys, this website Finviz has a lot of good articles right up from May 27th. Look at all these anything that involves Nvidia. There's some popular articles online. You guys can always go through here, right? And plus it also has some technicals here as well. Trend line. Let's just look at some other name here just for the heck of it, right? Let's see what the Apple technicals here are. Okay, nice little channel here that's been going up towards Microsoft above the trend line, so broke this, right? This basically just does some work for you, right? Again, I don't trade technicals too much, but they're worth it. So the niche you asked about the banks of Goldman Sachs, GS is approaching this nice little resistance line. Let's look at your Bank of America. Okay, nice little retest. So again, it depends how you look at it, right? Do you want to look at these technicals or what? Again, this website also has some other crazy stuff to it. If you go on where is it? If you go on Screener, also, guys, on this website you can look at different technical patterns, right? You can look at whatever you want, wedges, channel strong, head and shoulders. It gives you the names which have these patterns going on, right? You can choose the RSI, oversold, overbought, names that are overbought, oversold, if you're a technical trader, right? So this website is very helpful. 200 moving average, the price up below. I do use this sometimes when I need to look for some technical trades, but I haven't used it in a while because I just run gamma all day and trade SPX, and I'm very patient with my trades. And then fundamental, obviously, a bunch of stuff here, right? Just go through it, and this gives you all high P stocks, anything that you want to look at. So again, a great site to look at some stuff that might interest you. And apart from that, what else? Let me know if there's something else I can cover. Just wanted to go over some charts myself today, of different sectors, see what they're doing. Walmart, I really like Walmart, but again, I would wait because this name could come down a lot as well, right? Or it can break out. Right now, this is not where I want to play this name. Definitely not where I want to play this name here, right? So just wait. Here is a very choppy zone. Just wait until it gives you a clear signal to either side. Target, came down quite a bit. I think there was something to do with some news came out on this name, and Target will is approaching a strong support near 125, 130. Again, options can always give you a good hint if it's going to break support or not. You got to follow the gamma. They give you it gives you good information. It helps you make a decision that you should or you shouldn't, basically, right? More than it will tell you what to do, it will tell you what you should stay away from or avoid. All right. Again, target also approaching a strong support level here, and look for a weekly reversal or daily and see if it can go up. But this is a very ugly pattern. This can obviously fall big even towards here, right? Home Depot on the weekly, I think, has been very sideways, for a long time, just consolidating. Which side is it going to go? I don't know. See, when names start going sideways like this, that's the best time to do strategies like straddles, right? That's when straddles can pay a lot, or strangles. Strangles might be a bit expensive. Strangles both you can try, see which one's reasonable. You can always message me in the chat, and I can look over these strategies for you, see which ones are expensive, cheap, or what might make more sense to do. All right, and so this could happen. This can help. Costco also been trading sideways, I believe. Costco is very tight in this pattern. Which way is it gonna go? I don't know. Right? We can always draw these patterns if you want. A trend line. Then we have this. So just above the trend on the weekly. Again, I did not draw them precisely, but you can always draw them to your in more micro zoom in and stuff. So it's perfect. But Costco, again, 500 is also a major gamma level on it as well. A lot of option support there, and then 495.5 as well. Costco, I would keep an eye on it, because the way things are breaking out, if it doesn't make a big move, it will to the either side. Which way? I'm not, see, by looking at this chart, it's probably going to go to the upside, but again, it does not have to go upside. It can come down also, right? Again, I wait until the breakout takes place, and then we'll see, based on options pricing, is it priced more to the upside or downside. So all those things I do take into account. Well, and guys, keep an eye on these COVID names, Zoom and stuff. Keep an eye on these names, the COVID names. Trust me, keep an eye on these names. We might have, oh wow, and Zoom is actually at a very strong support, because there are some lockdown news going down right around, and Zoom happens to be at a very strong support level here. But do keep an eye on these names, because names that come down a lot like this, they always give us a nice little squeeze that goes like this for a few weeks. So technically, Nvidia can go up in the next 1-2 months, maybe, or maybe even 3. So use by time for next year, and calls are probably cheaper on it right now, and eventually it will give a $10-20 move to the upside. And plus, again, if any lockdown or any COVID news hit again, any worrisome, these names, just keep an eye on. They will go up a lot when they do. All right. Same with this name as well, T-Doc. All these charts will have a similar pattern to it. So T-Doc, I would also keep an eye on it. Right, you guys all remember these names from COVID, Zoom, T-Doc, many other names. Moderna also, Pfizer, those are biotech names. Moderna at a very strong support level. Keep an eye on this name as well, because from this level it can definitely go back up. Unless it breaks, then you wait until it gets to 70 or so, right? Which is still another almost the price gets cut down in half. But keep an eye on these names if we do have some lockdown news or anything like that. No, and obviously all those names from back in the days from COVID is a huge list. Just do keep an eye on it. All right, that could these names could have some squeezes up to it. All right, they will react on the news. Disney also another name which has been weak, right? Wow, is at a very strong support level, so stay open-minded. Even if you catch $10 to the upside, that's huge. But again, I would wait for a weekly reversal or some sort of news on it, because if it does break down, then maybe we can catch it much lower. All right, so do keep an eye on Disney as well. PayPal. This name, obviously, you guys know why it's going down. We have Fed now launching, I believe, next month, right? So they will take away a lot of their business. Let's see what takes place with them. But again, some of the names that we just covered, they had a similar pattern like this. Some of the names that we covered, they had a similar pattern like this at the downside. Okay, so that's why you wait until we get the breaker, because if they break to the downside, then you want to avoid them. Okay, because they can definitely break to the downside. But can they break to the upside? Absolutely. And what do I mean by upside when they do take place? Let's take a look at the name like Tilray, for example. Right, this name. Now you guys see where I'm trying to get at, like Zoom and all these other names that I showed you. Right, sometimes when patterns like this form, we might get some headlines or news, and then they can give us a huge squeeze that we can take advantage of, right? And then again, right, them down again, right? And so that's what I'm trying to say. So these names that I just covered, Zoom and stuff, this is absolutely possible on them in the coming weeks. All right, keep an eye on those names. So they could help. All right. And again, anyone that mentions AI these days, you know what happens, right? So that's what I'm trying to say on those names. Square, also having covered for a long time at a very strong support level. Let's see where this goes. 60 is a must hold, obviously, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Can you test this as well? Absolutely. And keep an eye on this name as well, though. And what else we have? I think I covered a lot of charts. BKNG, I would love playing this name on options, but the bloody thing has wide ass spreads to it. A lot of wide spreads. But this is one of the names that I've been watching for many years now, and it just continuously keeps going up. It just keeps going up. Bitcoin, just quickly cover this. Nice little bull flag, maybe, right? If you want to call it, or nice little up resistance retest, and now it's trying to break out, right? And again, if the market stays strong, this can obviously have a lot of impact to the upside as well, right? And $30,000 is the hard level on it for now, but if it gets to 30-31, this can definitely go up back towards roughly $36,000. Wow. And then downside we have this support right here, right, roughly at 26K. But if the market stays strong and it keeps going, Bitcoin will definitely go along with it. All right. I think, right, that's what the team's been. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. Just stay patient. Let's see what happens, what takes place in the coming days and months, right? SPX is on the verge of, if it breaks out of here, there could be a big squeeze here, obviously, right? But again, it's that resistance. Tech must hold. If S&P wants to go here, tech has to hold. So triple Q or NDX, whatever you want to look, cannot come. If this comes down, then S&P obviously won't have a chance of going up. That will most likely go down, right? And I believe the financials to be remain weaker in the coming weeks as well. And so let's see. So far, pretty good. What's happening in the markets, and just stay patient. If you think the market is going to go down, be very patient. If you think the market keeps going up, ride the wave. If you have been riding, keep rolling those profits, keep withdrawing some, and that's where it is right now. And don't have no FOMO, right? There will be a chance in the markets again. Let's see what happens. And with that, thank you so much. Just a small little charting session. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. And with that, I'm out. Thank you.